You better get your life. Get your life. Yes, y'all. Come on now, sign up for ifyoucanmove.com. All right, go in and buy some things from Team LASHAE. Get your workout journey going. Y'all know how y'all do. It's about to be January. Y'all gonna have, wants and resolutions and all of that, and then y'all not gonna stick to them. So once y'all start it off right, okay, get y'all some TLC products to clean out all that food and alcohol that y'all drinking. Get you some NutriBurst to replenish you so you don't be out here getting sick and getting a cold. Okay, keep yourself healthy. Try that sea moss that get that phlegm up out you. Okay, y'all go and check out TLC products because they really will help you stay, on track with your journey and aid you in your process. Sign up for Team LASHAE and sign up for the online gym. Go check out and see what my girl got. Y'all know I'm also an affiliate for her boutique, Pasia and Amari, which has really cute workout clothing and jackets and masks and just all kind of cute stuff. So y'all go and check out that link. Now y'all know I'm an affiliate for PrettyLittleThing. Don't forget about that. And please don't leave. Okay, because I know how y'all be trying to skip through the ads. But listen, I am on Station Head. I did my first show. It was so amazing. Thank you to everybody that joined. Also, I started a Discord. If you are a member or a Patreon, check and check your timeline. I sent you guys an invitation to my Discord. If you want to join my Discord, all you have to do is either be a Patreon or a member over here. I would prefer for you to be a Patreon, just because you know how you never know with YouTube, but whichever is fine. But with Patreon, you can pick however much you want to give. I think it's like $1, $2, goes all the way up to $4 or $5, I believe, $5. So yes, but please do me a favor and go and sign up for my Patreon so you can be on my Discord. We're gonna do watch alongs. We do video talks. I actually had like a whole conversation with 2 of my Patreons on there today before I came and recorded. I had such a good time with them. So thank you 2 ladies for joining me. I know it was y'all's, it was Brown Girl and then it was Shanda or Shonda, something like that. Y'all got to start giving me y'all real names when we get into these environments, okay? If you come on my Discord and we talking and all of that, say your real name so I could be like this person. Because it's hard for me to remember usernames, okay? But anyway, I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for joining the Discord. But yeah, y'all support in all of these different ways. Check down below in the description box. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue and I am back for Real Housewives of Atlanta, y'all. Okay, I hope that y'all checked out my Real Housewives of Potomac live that I did last night. I had a really good time, okay? I love doing those lives like right after the show is over. It had like 1,000+ people in the room, so I appreciate everybody for coming through and checking out the video. And let's go ahead and get into Real Housewives of Atlanta. Everyone is showing up to their first set of interviews since the pandemic. Okay, y'all got tested. All right, everybody's kind of like nervous. The world has been turned upside down. We were here, we remember. Okay, we have George Floyd and Breonna Taylor taking place. All of that is affecting everybody, specifically Portia, because Portia has decided to protest and become involved. So we see her at the protest and she's being tear gassed. Her and the hot dog king were down there, and it was a scene. Like it was crazy to see her running and, to hear everybody just running in terror. The cops are there tear gassing people and, shooting pellets into the crowd. Like it was all over the place. We were there. We lived it. And even though I am grateful that they are showcasing it in this manner, because at the end of the day, this is what's happening. So you have to show what's actually happening. But I can't, sit up here and say that I don't come here to get away from that. You know what I mean? Like, I understand it. And I'm actually proud of Portia and I'm happy to see Portia in this capacity. But I also hope that it's not all of what we see, you know what I'm saying? Or we don't keep seeing it. Because in all honesty, this is the place that a lot of us come to get away from the realistic things that happen in our lives as Black people. You know what I'm saying? But I do agree that you can't have a show and not talk about it, because Portia was very involved. And I think it's amazing to watch her change from being somebody who thought that the Underground Railroad was an actual railroad to somebody that's, showing up to protest, showing up in Louisville, Kentucky and sitting on that terrible DA's lawn. You know what I'm saying? While he's out here getting married to his Caucasian dream, his people are suffering, you know what I mean? And trying to have justice for what happened to this woman. And Portia felt it was her duty to get out there and be there face to face. So I take my hat off to her and all of the protesters and everybody that feels like it's their duty to be out there protesting in a physical manner. Because I don't know if it would be me, y'all. I've been out there when I was, you know, working in the news, when we had to take them down NOLA and they were taking down Confederate monuments here. And it was an ordeal, y'all. Honestly, it was one of the best experiences of my life, I have to say. But I don't know if I would be running out there these days. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate all of the people that do feel the call to do that, because we need you. Because there are some of us that just really can't be out here like that, okay? Like, I can't catch pneumonia again, y'all, okay? Listen. So I appreciate all the protesters, not just Portia, you know, but everybody. Tamika Mallory and all of her people like that are constantly fighting for us in so many different ways. It is greatly appreciated. Please know this, okay? And I wanted to take this opportunity to say that, because I feel like people take that shit for granted. You get to sit in your house and watch it on TV and actually be affected, you know, as a black person by what takes place. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say again, thank you to all the protesters and the people who fight for us and fight against the injustices in this country all day, every day. And that's their lives. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. Shout out to Portia. So y'all, Cynthia is back at Lake Bailey. And Candy comes over and, you know, I took a throat COVID test, you know, and Todd said, well, you know, because I'm used to it. I was just like, oh my God, Candy. Oh, Lord, we got to start off with picturing Candy putting sausage down her throat. Child. We know, Candy, you like for things to touch that little dangly thing in the back of your throat. So while Cynthia is bringing food from inside the house to outside, you know, on the patio, child and boobies was all over the place. She didn't gain weight. Everybody didn't gain weight since they've been in quarantine, and them boobies was out, okay? They basically just talking about how their lives have changed. Candy hasn't, you know, really been able to do a lot of the things that she's used to doing, like having a maid. Okay, so her house might be a little dirty. They talk about Portia being Portia Luther the King, and she's come a long way. Everybody discusses that. Then they talk about how Kenya has been missing in action. So they FaceTime her, but the reception is bad. So she ends up hanging up the phone. She was actually on her way to see a lawyer anyway. So I was like, so you can't call them back, but you gonna call Brandon so you can cry on the phone? Never mind. Anyway, she calls Brandon and just talks about how terrible things have been with Mark. She said she went to visit him and he had an attitude with her, kind of felt like he was picking a fight. We know he was picking a fight because he really don't want to be with you. If everything is cool and copacetic, then he would have to be a nice, sweet, love-making husband to you. And that's not what he wants to be, because he probably out here in these streets. Like, I also think that he's one of those men that when shit goes bad in their lives, their women have to take the brunt of it, because that's what, you know, Kenya said. And I believe that, but I feel like he's always been mean to her. Like, as far as we have seen, it's never been, oh, I love Kenya so much. It's never been that, Kenya. And the pandemic and his business being in disarray, I think, are only stressors. But it does not create the problem. The problem was already there. We saw it last season, okay? But now Kenya is thinking about divorce, okay? Her divorce. I think she should have been divorced his ass. You had your baby. You got what you needed out of this situation. Go on somewhere, girl. That man don't mean you know well, okay? He don't mean you no good. She insists that she's a great communicator, which I thought was so funny, because it's like, you're a great communicator. Since when, honey? Since when? Because you love to curse the girls out and say anything about your mouth. So when is that good communication? But, you know, I understand. She's good at communicating with her man, not with other people. She also said that things are starting to feel a bit abusive. I said, now they're feeling a bit abusive. I feel like they've kind of been that way, Kenya. It seems that way, emotionally at least, mentally at least. Nobody's saying that Mark in his nose ring put his hands on you, but he talks to you terribly, and we've all seen that. Now, the real issue is not the money, but the custody. Kenya says that she wants to handle any custody situation before she files for a divorce. And I just think he's gonna make it hard for her. He's not there. He has never really been left alone with the baby. But I think he's going to make it hard for her because he's an asshole. When the cameras leave the actual conference room where she's talking to her lawyer, he says that, you know, Kenya, you got to stop making excuses for him, you know, because the whole time it's like she's trying to blame herself for whatever his issues with her are, you know, and that's what women do, you know, when they're in relationships with abusive men, even though it's not physically abusive to me, emotionally it is. So then we see Portia, who looked amazing in her confessional. But she talks about how now she sees herself following in her grandfather's footsteps, and she knows that she was ignorant about Black history before, but now she's educating herself for her daughter because she wants this world to be better for little PJ, because that's what this is really about. I just want the world to be better for PJ, you know, so I'm educating myself for PJ, you know. Can't have to give y'all a little Portia voice right quick. Then Portia, you know, is getting ready to go to the Kentucky Louisville DA's house. So she does like a video so that people will know if something happens to her while she's in police custody that she did not kill herself. R.I.P. Sandra Bland. So Kandi, you guys. Kandi and Riley are standing outside watching Todd and Ace wash her car. She's like, I could have paid somebody to do this. And they were like, well, what? Our money, girl? And Kandi was like, you are about to go to NYU, and that is way more expensive than your high school. So I need to save my money. And that's how they get on the conversation of Block owing Kandi $100,000 or more in back child support. And she put the paperwork in, she want her money. Now listen, when I first heard about this, I was like, okay, so you have no storyline. So now we're going to go and try to get $100,000 that we don't necessarily need from a fool. But when she explained how he's driving around in Bentleys and just decided one day that he wasn't going to pay back child support, I want all my money. Run me my ends, okay? Especially because Kandi is paying for NYU. So I feel like Block needs to pay for something, okay? You need to do something. So yeah, Kandi, take that ass to court and try to take him for all you can, sis. Okay, because something makes me feel like even if he do have a little bit of money, he perpetrating and Kandi is not, okay? So, you know, a lot of y'all are gonna be like, she's a kid, you know? That nose job is terrible. That nose job was unwarranted, unnecessary, and I will say again that I am disappointed in Kandi for going along with it, because you can't tell me that she didn't need your permission and money to go and get that terrible ass nose job that she just got on her face. Okay? Like, it's not a good look. I don't care what anybody says. I'm tired. I'm tired of the Black girls going to the wrong doctors to get a white girl's nose put on their Black girl face. It's just sad. It's sad, it doesn't look right, and you're not going to convince me that it does. And yes, I am disappointed in Kandi, but Kandi often reminds us that she is a rich lady raising rich lady kids, and rich lady kids get nose jobs at 18. Before they have even grown into all of their features. Like, I don't look the same. I look the same, but not really, from when I was 18. Much different, you know, to me anyway. So I just kind of feel like, how about you wait until you're like 24? And if you still want to do stuff to yourself, then do it then when you've really grown into your body and, you know, actually finish developing. But you haven't even finished developing and you're already cutting into the cartilage on your face. All right, bitch. Don't be out here not being able to breathe because you done closed up the nostrils. I'm gonna just leave it at that. As it pertains to her having a relationship with Block, Riley thinks that she's over it. I think Riley needs to go to therapy to deal with her abandonment issues from her piss poor father. That's what I think. Todd thinks that she needs to keep an open mind. I feel like Block, okay? Because you don't show up and say you're gonna be there and don't ever show up again, but you're there for all your other kids. Block. That's how I feel. Cynthia and Kandi go over to Kenya's house, okay, and she's actually building a pool. She says Mark didn't want one, so that's why she's building it, because she did and he didn't. And he's not here. They also talk about how clean Kenya's house is. I'm like, it is clean, girl, but it's just only her and her little bitty baby. Like, I know she got her little dogs and everything, but she says every day she gets up, does some laundry and Swifters her house. I'm like, girl, that house is so nice. Like, in the middle of the woods like that. Kenya's house is so amazing to me. I love it. I love it. I think that it was probably one of the best things she did on this show was building that house. Kenya talks about how she has a new nanny, you know, that she's breaking in, and she hasn't really felt comfortable leaving the baby with her just yet. But, you know, everybody has a lot going on and adjustments to be made since the coronavirus and the world shutting down. She talked to them about what happened with Mark, how when she went to New York, he was talking to her crazy. So when she came home, she went to see that divorce attorney about getting that popping. But she's still making excuses for him. And Cynthia says that, listen, honey, Kenya ain't even getting Mark's vitamin D. So she might as well just let that go. Kandi says she need to cut all ties. Just cut the ties that bind, girl. It's over, girl. I'm like, we all saying the same thing. Can you let him go? It's okay. You tried. Let it go. Kenya says her heart is telling her that he won't change. I'm like, listen to your heart. If you listen to your heart with a positive mind, come on, take some inventory. Your woman in your glory. Put the bad things behind. I'm not going to do it, y'all, but that's a little sparkle for y'all right quick. So Cynthia and Mike, okay? Cynthia and Mike are back in Atlanta together, and they're discussing how quarantine has been for them. They have definitely grown closer since quarantine. And she's sure she wants to marry him now, okay? Now, y'all know they planning this wedding with 250 people or something like that. And Georgia just came out with some new laws saying that you can't have meetings of, people 50 or more. Everybody had different numbers for how many people could be gathered together at one time since the coronavirus, okay? And she's just feeling like if she can't have her wedding the way she wants it, maybe they should postpone it. Mike seems agitated by her saying that because for him, bump all them people, this is about me and you. We are going to get married on the date that we want to get married because that's what we wanted to do. It shouldn't have anything to do with other people. But Cynthia feels like since her wedding with Peter was a shit show because of how her family and everybody reacted to Peter, that, this time she wants it to be done the way she wants it to be done. Okay? And that seems like that's a little bit of an issue for Mike, who feels like, you love me. We should just get married on the day that we want to get married, regardless of if we're able to have 200 people there to watch us do it. And then at the end of the episode, we see Kandi and Cynthia talk about Portia being arrested in Kentucky and how proud they are of her. And then we see Portia get out of jail, and she says that it changed her life, and the women that she met and talked to while she was in there with those 30 other women in that dirty ass jail, it just really changed her life and gave her a lot of perspective, And I'm interested to see the new Portia because I do feel like this in some ways has definitely changed her. I mean, I don't see her running back to the hot dog king. Like, something makes me feel like there's definitely been a growth spurt since the last time we saw Portia on Real Housewives. So I'm excited to see it. Okay, now this first episode, it wasn't that good, but it wasn't filler either. I feel like it was setting up everybody's storyline. Cynthia and Mike, Kandi and Block with Riley and all of that. And also Kandi has another business. Okay, they're opening up a steakhouse. I saw, Don Juan and all them. Hey, Don Juan. They were all down there at the new steakhouse that they're building. So, it's a lot going on in everybody's lives right now. Not too much drama just yet. But child, Kenya and Mark need to just go ahead and let that go. Let it flow, let it flow, let it go. Everything's gonna work out right, I'm trying to get y'all that deep Tony. I ain't warmed up. I ain't hit the back. It wasn't. No. Okay. Okay, look, I'm sorry. Anyway. But yeah, y'all, that was basically it. Wasn't much to it. Okay, hope y'all enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And we're going to keep it going. Hopefully Real Housewives of Atlanta will give us something at some time. Because, it wasn't really nothing this time. But, good enough for the beginning. See y'all in the next one.